Hey, Shalom, ahchyam, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. It's in the gospel, bro, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. Man, bro, this is another lesson through the spirit. We're in them times, man, okay? Violence is hoarding the world as we speak. Okay, this is just one of many incidents that's been happening in the world as far as this violence, this iniquity, and this spirit of death that the Lord is pouring out here. The brothers did a live stream last night, Chicago, titled "Violence is erupting, and we ain't even in Jacob's trouble yet." As you can see where this is gonna go. It says, mother stabbed a 2-year-old daughter to death while reciting the alphabet and ate her liver, which is clearly this is a case of demonic possession. If you read the article, clearly the lady said she was speaking in tongues. Obviously, she was possessed by a demon, had spirits on her. But nonetheless, the scriptures do go into cannibalism. You know, that the mothers have, women have sodden their children for meat, and one of all things, roughly paraphrasing it, they basically became that meat in a siege, because we know that our women, which this woman is Kenyan, so I don't know if she's an Israelite. She looks like she can be a Jake woman, but you know, who's to say by look, phenotype, right? But it says she was a Kenyan woman, and basically what happened was, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna just get into the article, but basically she stabbed her daughter to death, and basically she mutilated her and started eating her insides, delivered to be in particular. And as we know, that's a heathenistic custom, and that's a demonic demonic act right there. Okay, like if you watch the movie called Apocalypto, during the time of like the prior to the Renaissance period, during the 1400s, around that time, you had our people that was undergoing rigorous rituals when they were sacrificing each other, eating body parts, and delivering up sacrifices to particular shaman gods and particular deities that they believed in and thought harnessed power on the left-hand side. This was like around the same thing, because in Apocalypto, they were eating liver. They were fucking, if anybody saw that movie, it was some heavy sacrifice and some wickedness that was going on by the Northern Kingdom. And this is no different, okay? Even though this is a Kenyan woman. So it says, Olivia Nasirian is accused of killing her daughter, Glory Najeri, at their home. It says witnesses say they saw the mother stab the girl before eating her innards. Damn. Contents, distressing content, which this is violence, man. And this ain't nothing compared to what we getting ready to see in America. Even though this didn't take place in America, but America is the cancer of the world. Okay, and through the particular through the particulars of this westernized culture polluting the earth, people are sick behind it, man. Okay, people got all the social media, this television violence, man, and the scriptures even go into the whoredom of women. Hey, basically, don't let the daughter become a whore, because it promotes wickedness and it pollutes the land. So wickedness spreads out as a whole, and this is why the Most High said what he said about women in general. When you have a whore, that spirit starts to disperse among the nations, man. And when that happens, you just have a constant, it's like deteriorating. Okay, just like a house that's getting ready to just implode within itself, because the deteriorating aspects of the structure, man. You got mold, and you got different bacteria, and the fucking house will just fall apart. And that's what it is with wickedness. When you allow women to be whores, the wickedness spreads, and then you got the Momo agenda, then you got the transmission agenda, then you got this agenda, then the list keeps going on and on and on, until the point that the Most High is like, enough is enough. But the Lord told us, he says, hey, don't give your daughter over into whoredom, because it's going to pollute the land, greatly pollute the land. And this is a form of it, man. Okay, as a whole, as a collective of wickedness. Because when you have whoredom, then you have lawlessness. And when you have lawlessness, you have more anger on top of more lawlessness, on top of more whoredom, on top of more perverseness, on top of more anger. And before you know it, this is a wicked-ass kingdom. And Esau knows that, man. Which this is clearly his fault, because he allowed it to get out of hand. But he's not a righteous judge. All right. So it says a mother has been accused of stabbing her 2-year-old daughter to death before eating her liver in a gruesome case that have shocked Kenya. It says Olivia Nasirian, 24, appeared in court today, charged with killing Gloria Njeri before cutting open her body and eating parts of her organs. Damn. Neighbors who witnessed the horrific attack through a window say they saw a crazed mother stab her daughter several times while singing hymns and reciting the alphabet, according to a local report, bro. And that's a demonic possession, man. Okay, now we've been stating that, and scientists have came out stating with the JB that a lot of that was linked to demonic possession. I had the article, but I don't have it anymore. I had it like in my archive somewhere. But a point of time, I had something on here that was stating that taking that will lead to demonic possession. So I don't have it anymore, man. I got rid of it because it was taking up a lot of space. But it was stating that basically taking that will lead to demonic possession. And I know the people of Kenya, etc., I know that they've been coerced into taking that, drinking the juice, man. Okay, so who knows what the hell happens, as far as this killing, like I said. Then again, she could have just been flat out possessed by a demon. But it says here the locals of the residents estate quickly alerted the authorities, with police arriving to arrest the woman on suspicion of murder. It ain't no fucking suspicion. She did it. It says, but Nasirian appeared in a Kajedo court on Wednesday, where she was ordered by the chief magistrate to remain in police custody for another 10 days while police continue to investigate into the killing of the girl. So basically, I know they ain't gonna let this bitch free, because like I said, if this was America, they would have hung her ass just off the strength of her being a woman of color. But it says the woman is expected to appear for another hearing on May 8th. But local reports said that Nasirian attacked her daughter at their home on a residential estate in Kintangela, around 20 miles south of Kenya's capital of Nairobi, on April 23rd. And you got to understand, too, we were like I think it's called like the 13 days of the Feast of the Beast or the Feast of Baal. So you got to understand it's a lot of sacrifices and a lot of rituals that's been happening for the week on up until May 1st, May Day. This is another demonic high holiday for the elites. May Day. When you can look into the history of May Day, and then you got that Cinco de Mayo shit on the 5th of May, I think. But yeah, May Day, is when the elites do a lot of heavy witchcraft, man. Like the month of May is because, we like right in the spring solstice, whatever they want to call it, or the spring, what is it? Is it the fall? You got what is the spring equinox, or I forgot what it's called. But basically the spring in these particular seasons, man, Esau have high holy days that he does his rituals, man. Like equinox goes into equal day and equal night. So I believe one day that came up was like the longest, like appear to be like one of the longest days of the year, because you have just as much as day as you do night. You know what I'm saying? Which makes up a 24-hour period. Just like when you go like in December, I believe like the December 21st or something like that is supposed to be like the shortest day we had of the year, or something around that magnitude. I got to go back and research it, but regardless of that, it's a lot of horrific sacrifices being taken place, because we in the feast of the 13 days of Baal, which today is actually another high holy day for the elites, May 1st, May Day. It says shocked witnesses say they watched in horror as the woman stabbed her own daughter to death with a knife before dismembering her body. Reports say that the neighbors saw that. It says reports say that neighbors then saw her eat parts of the girl's internal organs. It says, but according to the Kenyan newspaper, The Star, the locals rushed to the family's home when they heard the girl scream, but initially suspected criminals had attacked. But once, however, the publicans said that they found the mother naked and violently attacking her daughter while singing nursery rhymes. Demonic possession. It says the neighbors tried in vain to break down the door in time to save the girl, with one filming the gruesome attack unfold. But when they were finally able to break into the homestead, the toddler was already dead and the mother had collapsed on the floor. It says the locals told the publication that the parents of the young mother, who also lived in the house, were not at home at the time of the attack. But speaking to the Standard, a Kenyan daily newspaper, one neighbor said that they heard the mother chanting, "You will never cry again, my baby. You will forever sleep. I love you, my daughter." Damn. Then they said they could remember the baby's chilling scream as she was attacked. So, hey, man, the Lord is pouring out a spirit of death, man. Death is a spirit, brothers. You know. So, hey, we coming into some strange times. We're already here. And I'm going to come back to the article, but I want to bring out a precept. This is the book of Matthew 24. And I'm going to start at verses 8. It says, all these are the beginning of sorrows, man. And I'm going to jump around. It says, and then 10, it says, and then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. And this is happening, man. Niggas getting shut up outside the club, man, in broad daylight. Motherfuckers getting raped, okay? Eyewitness accounts, men get gunned down. Men getting thrown from windows, man, set on fire. Okay, shot on the highway, man. There's been a lot of shootings in America. If you roll up to somebody's house unannounced, you may just catch a bullet to the noodle. So it's very, very wise that we operate in being circumspect and operate in wisdom, man, because these people, they're on edge. And as time progresses, as this dollar getting ready to phase out, these people they're gonna lose the back of their fucking minds, man. All right. And this is why we tell you, brothers, man, you know, all the time, man, be circumspect. You know, watch and pick and choose your battles, man. You know, watch how you moving out here. Sometimes it's just best to just sit in the crib and just chill, man, because you never know what you're gonna get into. And the fact that it's just the springtime and people are already turning up. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a long summer, man, a long hot summer at that. And there's gonna be a lot of chaos, man. You know, from the collapsing of this dollar to people literally just picking each other apart for the one of all things. And it's a spirit of perverseness the Lord is pouring out in the earth. Okay. It says, and because iniquity should abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Okay. The love of many. And this is a form of iniquity. Iniquity goes into sin on top of sin. You know, I had a precept that I wanted to bring out, but it actually slipped my mind. It'll come back to me, though. But in the meantime, I want to get this precept as well. Isaiah 19. This is the book of Isaiah 19. And I'm going to start at verses 14. It says, the Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggering in his vomit, man. Okay, so this is a perverse spirit that Yahweh is pouring out on the planet Earth, man. In America as well, mainly here. Because the violence that's going to erupt in the streets of Babylon is going to be compared to no other. That's why it hadn't hit here yet, because when the violence erupts, everybody's all medicated, everybody's all, you know, drunk off the juice. These people are going to literally flip their wig, man, when they find out that things ain't going right. And when Esau starts to project these frequencies throughout the air, people are going to start to really lose it. Okay, and we can see it. It says here, the woman ate her baby's liver as we watched. It says she also moved other internal organs such as intestines and the heart from the body before coming unconscious. The traumatized neighbor told the publication. It says the young girl's mutilated body was taken for a post-mortem at the Kitchengela Hospital morgue. But it says Kitchengela, Doctorate of Criminal Investigations, boss Benson Muchus said, we believe the court will give us more time to investigate the matter. But she added the investigators want to establish whether the woman is suffering from mental health problems. Man, demons, man. You know, it says after initially arriving home and seeming happy, it says, well, Kuju said that the family after her return to Syria had started shouting and speaking in tongues, man. So there you go. You know, it says something is very wrong. We're not here, but the reports I'm getting from my neighbors is that Nasiriya started talking in tongues and chasing after the only dog at home hours before descending on her child and told Aunt Nairobi Wire. So basically, she tried to attack the dog. The dog got away, and she shift focus to the kid, man, and that's what happened. Okay. Look this up. Yep, Lamentations 4:10. It says, the hands of the pitiful women have sought in their own children, and they will meet in the destruction of the daughter of my people. Okay, going into our women. Now, I don't know if she's an Israelite or not, but regardless of that, these curses are descending upon the whole earth, man. Okay, so that's the point. It says here, the Lord have accomplished his fury, and he have poured out his fierce anger. This is the anger of the Heavenly Father. It says, and had kindled a fire in Zion and have devoured the foundations thereof. You see, so yeah, man, Yahweh ain't playing no more, bro. He's getting ready to fuck this place up, and these people Hey, Lord ain't playing, man. Okay, Mark 5:1, it says, and when they came over the other side of the sea into the country where the Gardens, and when he was come out of the ship, immediately there met him out of the tomb a man with the unclean spirit. So clearly she had an unclean spirit on her. It says, who had his dwelling among the tombs, and no man can bind him, no, not with chains. But because he had been often bound with fetters and chains, and the chains had been plucked asunder by him, and the fetters broken in pieces, neither could any man tame him. And always, night and day, he was in the mountains and in the tombs, crying, okay, chanting, crying, wailing, okay, and cutting himself with stones. But when he saw Yahushua far off, he ran and worshipped him and cried with a loud voice and said, what have I to do with thee, Yahushua, thou son of the Most High Yahweh? I adjure thee by the Most High that thou torment me not. For he said unto him, come up out of the man, thou unclean spirit. And when he asked him, what is thy name? And he answered, saying, my name is Legion, for we are many. Okay, so Legion goes into anywhere between like, I think 1,000 to like 7,000 demons. A legion of demons on this guy. And it was apparently a legion of demons on that woman to cut the baby up in. She was chanting too. So show you that was some form of demonic possession. Could have been from the juice, who knows? But it's getting there, man. Okay. It says to cry aloud, speak with a voice, to cry, to pray for vengeance, hence to cry out, cry aloud, vociferate, man. Okay, which, let's look up that. Shall complain or argue loudly or vehemently. It says begin to it's called I can't pronounce it. Vociferate loudly. He entered vociferating curses, chanting, you know. So similar to what that lady was doing. And they talking about we need to investigate. I mean, clearly shit, she killed the baby. I mean, there ain't nothing more to investigate. She got caught in the act on camera. So I mean, that's the point. She's convicted. That's proof. All right. Ezekiel 9, and I'm going to start at verses 4. It says, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Okay. And unto the others he said, in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have you pity. So slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children. Okay, there you go, the death angel, and women. But come not near any man whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient man which were before the house. Okay, so the spirit of death is going to be in the air. And we've seen it in the form of these attacks, these plagues, you know, here, Revelation 6 and 7. And he had opened the fourth seal, and I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, come and see. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him, which is a spirit, okay, which is going into Esau, Edom, but there's a spirit of death over this man, which is an actual spirit. It says, and power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with the sword. That's a form of killing with the sword when you gut somebody out like that, with hunger and with death and with the beasts of the earth, man. You see? So Yahweh Shai is blatantly turning up the death culture in Babylon the Great. And we ain't seen nothing yet. Okay, we think that this is something, just wait till all hell break loose. It's going to be like a horror movie out here, man, and we're seeing it. We're seeing the previews of it. All right, this is the book of 2nd Esdras 4, and I'm going to start at verses 28. It says here, but as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. Right. The destruction haven't happened yet, but evil is being sown through the grotesque acts of the people of not keeping the commandments, because, hey, love is keeping of the commandments. People ain't keeping the commandments, so therefore this is a hateful world. It's an evil world, because only people that's keeping the law, statutes, and commandments and attempting to are the men of the Lord and the followers that follow the true doctrine, man. We're attempting to keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, but as a collective of this world, they're not keeping it. That's why the world is out of whack. The curses have descended on this place because the law of the Lord ain't being exercised, man. You know, like we went into the whole concept of a woman being a whore. It says the whoredom of a woman will greatly pollute the land. And look at this world. It's completely polluted. All because women are allowed to do what the fuck they want to do when they're supposed to be controlled and told what to do. This is what happens, man. And it says here, and if that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good. So this have to happen. In order for the kingdom to be set up, in order for righteousness to manifest itself, this evil present world must come and go. So it's playing its course out. Okay. And it says, for the grain of evil seed have been sown in the heart of Adam from the beginning. And how much the ungodliness have been brought up into this time. So since the beginning of time to from the before the flood to after the flood, men's sins and wickedness have increased in greater detail. And it says here, how much ungodliness have it brought into this time, and how much shall it bring yet forth until the time of threshing come? Okay, so from when Esdras wrote this prophecy roughly 2600 years ago, okay, up until this present day, how much evil do you think from this time up until this present day has sown itself? Lots and lots and lots. And guess what? We ain't even got through the thick of it yet. So just take heed, brothers, man. And gird up your minds, man. Gird up your spirits and prepare your mindsets to see things that's unusually weird, man. That's not just prepare your mindsets, man. Okay, like I said, we live in a time now where anything is possible. All right, so I'm going to end it there, giving out praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. And with that, shalom and a bubble ball. Shalom.